Hello, my wonderful friends. It's Archelaus here. Thanks for joining me. Today, we're going to talk about confidence. So, you want to live your life purpose. You want to help people. You want to express yourself. You want to receive income and support from the universe and your clients. And you're scared to death because you don't know how to do that. And even when you rack up the courage to do it, to make the website, to make the sales page, to make the offer, you don't know what to say. You totally lose the words that you were so confident about just 10 minutes before. You knew what you were going to say, you knew what you wanted to offer people, and now poof, it's gone. This happens to so many people. It happened to me, it happens to my clients, and it's very understandable. So let me explain. What happens when we feel a sense of purpose is that we're connecting to our multidimensional aspect. We're connecting to the blueprint we created for our life, that theme we wanted to explore before we came here on earth, before we were born. We had a sense of mission. We knew what we wanted to do. But it's often very open-ended. So one of my big themes is to be a teacher. Now, there are many, many, many ways I could be a teacher. I could have gone to college and gone to graduate school and become a teacher in a regular school. I could be an art teacher in a private school. I could teach college. I could teach dogs how to behave. I could teach people how to be nannies. I mean, I could literally teach anything. I had to figure out what was really congruent for me to teach in this lifetime based on my preferences, my excitement level, etc. And of course, I chose the broad term of spiritual teacher, if you want to call it that. And within that, I teach intuitive art, I teach conscious business, I teach a bunch of other things, psychic development, and all of those individual things happened very organically, very on their own. It was not something that I came up with. It was something I fell into. And that's an important distinction here. So what is happening with this theme is that when we get here to Earth, yes, we have a purpose, we have a mission, we have a theme, but we're not like handed the words that we're supposed to use to make it real. What we really have is this humongous energy, this sense of feeling, this overall desire that's very vague often, right? Most of us, we know what we want to do. We don't know the nitty-gritty words, the job title, the how much to charge, the high end, low end. We are so confused when it comes to making it physically real because we had a sense of mission, we felt it, and then when we go to make it into something tangible, it disappears. Often because we're overthinking and we're not just relaxing and letting go and letting it evolve naturally. So for instance, when I was first in business and giving it a real shot, like trying to grow my business, trying to get more clients and customers, I knew that I was here for more. I knew that I was here to be a coach and to be a teacher, but I didn't know what my tagline should be on my website. I didn't know what my title was. I didn't know what my classes should be called. I mean, I didn't know any of that. Now you'd look at me and you'd say, oh, but you had it all together. I still don't have it all together. I still struggle with words and names and job title and tagline. I'm always growing that. I'm always evolving that, and you will too. So, number one thing to do when you have this kind of purpose-based mission and you have to define it somehow is to just ask yourself, what am I most excited to call this? What am I most excited to speak about? Who am I most excited to work with? It'll give you all the information you need to be able to come up with words for what you're doing. Like for me, I liked the word psychic development coaching. I liked calling it psychic because no one else does. all the top psychic trainers in the world pretty much use the word intuitive. And so to me, that felt really groundbreaking for myself to use that word. Now, when I decided on soul-centered business, it was just kind of like the best thing I could use that wasn't totally taken up, even though more people do use that. You are you, and you don't have to rely only on these physical markers to let people know what you're doing. You do have to be specific as possible in your wording and what you do, and as precise as possible, and translating that big overall energy into what it is that you're doing. But it's not the end of the world. It's not make it or break it. Do your best, keep evolving, keep changing, keep updating. Know that your first iteration of your soul purpose-based business is not going to be your last. Oh my goodness, I have changed a million times as I've grown and evolved, because you don't want to create a business based on your soul purpose that's stationary. You are not stationary. You're going to evolve, and you want your business to evolve with you. So be easy on yourself. Be gentle. Go where the excitement is. Go where the fun is. Go where the challenge is. And just be along for the ride. Know that you're capable of doing this. You don't have to prove yourself to anyone. You were born with all of this magnificent knowledge and experience. The hardest part is giving yourself permission to just be yourself and to start. You don't have to be perfect at anything, because you will never be perfect at anything. I may look like I have it all going on and all together, but that's just because I'm having fun. I trust myself. I do whatever comes to my intuition. Sometimes I'm teaching about business. Sometimes I'm teaching intuitive art. And it's all connected because it's all coming from me. So just know that no one really has it all together. Nobody. It's impossible, because when we're really living out our soul-based purpose, our mission, we're listening. We're in a state of constant listening to ourself, to our spirit, and that is what's driving the business, and that's driving them forward. So even the big guys, even Richard Branson, all the other billionaires who are out there making big stuff, they are listening to their intuition too. So it's all an evolution. You're never going to know what you're going to do 5 years from now, 10 years from now, and that's okay. So relax. Everything is okay. You do have what it takes to do this. In the early days of my business, because I couldn't get a handle on translating this big energy that I felt into these, tiny words that I had to put on my website, what I did was I wrote my mission on a piece of Post-it and I stuck it on my wall. Like helping people connect to their higher self. That's still what I do in every single thing that I do, in my business trainings, in my psychic development trainings, and intuitive art. I'm always helping people connect to their higher self to get the wisdom straight from the source. That's what I do. And that's what I wrote on that piece of paper and I stuck on my wall. So that's my theme. And I had to keep that in mind. And so you can ask yourself, what is your theme? What is it that you want to permeate every single thing that you do? And just, if you need a point of focus, remember what that is, look at it on your wall, and remind yourself that everything is okay. So it's never going to be pretty. It's never going to be easy taking that big ball of energy that you feel and translating it into words and things that you're doing here on earth. But just make sure you're just having fun with it. That's all that is really being asked of you. Have fun with that expression. Have fun with your soul. Have fun with your intuition, and everything will be okay. So I hope that helps you get off the ledge. If you're wanting to call it quits, don't call it quits because you're overwhelmed or confused about your mission and your wording. There's no need for that. So just relax and enjoy. And if you want some help discovering what your soul purpose is, how to connect with your higher self, how to talk to your higher self and get your questions answered, go to soulpurposesecrets.com and you'll get a free course there showing you how to do those things. So ta-ta for now. Bye-bye.